Hi, welcome back to my space on the internet. It's nice to have you here. So today I'm going to be talking about how to get your freedom from your African parents while living in their house. So yeah, I'm 22, I live in my parents' house and I basically have my freedom really. I go out with my friends, I can spend nights out, I can do most of what I want as a young adult. So I'm just going to be telling you what has worked for me and what I think is really going to work for you. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So let me just give you a brief story about myself. I'm from a deeper life home, and if you're Nigerian, you know what it means to be deeper life. It means your parents are strict AF. I literally went from not having piercing to, of course, having piercing and being bald and doing makeup. I went from not doing makeup, not wearing trousers, not having any piercing, to being this person that I am. So I am going to tell you what has worked for me and what I think is really going to work for you. So let's get right into it. So the first thing is you have to be ready to deal with the consequences of your actions. I made a list so I would not forget anything. You have to be ready, like you have to be mentally ready to know that this is not an easy fight and it's a marathon. This is not a sprint. It's not something you wake up today and tomorrow you want your freedom and you get it. African parents will reset you in different ways more than once. You have to be ready for what they are going to do when you say no, you're not going to do this, or when you actually do certain things you want to do. You have to just be ready. Number two, which is my most important point, is to be financially ready. See, money stops nonsense, and I'm not even joking. Money stops nonsense. Once you have your dough, you're pretty good with your African parents. So when you have money, it's not just like, oh, you're going to have money and that's it. You have to be responsible for yourself. I can't remember the last time, oh well, yeah, my dad does some things for me that he probably needs to do, but I pretty much do every other thing myself. I would get my gadgets myself, my phone, my laptops, my camera, anything I need to get. Shopping, I would do it myself. Not that I can't tell this man to help me, but I don't want him to. I need him to see that I can take care of myself, that I can hold my own, that I can hold my ground. And I even offer to pay bills in the house. Most times I end up not doing that, but yeah, you can do that. It depends on your family setting. My family, they don't really care if I do it or not, so sometimes I choose not to. If I want to, sometimes I choose to. But yeah, offer to pay bills in the house. Another thing you can do is to buy your parents what they like buy them gifts on their birthdays, random days as well, because I know my parents like certain snacks and sometimes they forget to buy it, and at night they are craving, and then I just come like Angel Gabriel and say, oh, do you want this? And they're like, oh yeah. It literally can be anything. It can even be a cookie of 1,000 naira or less. Yeah, but parents appreciate things easily, so they will appreciate that. Number three, I'm going to sound like a terrible friend they don't want to associate with, but number three, my third point, is do it and apologize later. Trust me, with African parents, it's easier to beg for forgiveness than to ask for permission. It's just the way it is. I do not make the rules. So like when I started like spending nights out of the house, because my friends used to stay with me, so it made it easier for me to say, oh yeah, I'm going to my friend's house. I mean, most times that's where I go to. So let's say my friend Sukomi is spending the night with me. Next week I can say, oh, I'm going to Sukomi's house to spend the night with her, and I can say a night and then I end up spending 3 nights, and when I come back I apologize. I'm like, something came up. But you see all those asking for excuses before it happens. Well, now we've come to an understanding where I can literally send a text if plans change, but before you get there, you have to make the first move, and you have to do it without asking for their permission. Or maybe you want to have a career in music, you have to start recording your music first, and you have to actually be producing results before you can go and say, oh, I want to do this, or I want to do that, or I've done this. When I started blogging, of course, when I started blogging like years back, blogging was not even like such a big deal. I did it myself. I was financing myself through the way. But now that my parents see that, oh, goodie bags are coming, money is coming, this and that, they're coming, they are more in tune. Like, they understand better. See, if they just see you that you're doing something and you're successful, they will get it. But before you get to that point, you basically have to do everything yourself. So takes me back to my first point of being ready to bear the consequences of your actions. So the fourth point, which might sound as if it's contradicting the third point, is there is a limit. Don't overdo everything. There's literally a limit. You have to stretch the limits that your parents are giving you, but you don't break it. You don't go overboard. Say you just want to spend the night out with your friend, you will not go and spend 2 weeks, okay, when you can literally spend 2-3 days. You don't overdo, because everything happens in stages. If today you can spend tonight, next tomorrow or next month or next week you can spend 4 nights. You can, do this. You can wear what you want to wear. Same way I started wearing what I wanted to wear. I would wear skirts and literally high trousers in my bag and go out, and then when I'm coming, sometimes I change. At the time I forgot to change, and then there was conversations about that, but still I still slowly they will get used to it. Then I started from leggings inside the house to joggers, then jeans, then that. I did not just wake up and started wearing skinny pants in the house. No, it does not work like that. You start slowly and you build slowly. Number 5 is know when to draw the line and stand up for yourself. A lot of African parents carry this respect thing on their heads like gele, and sometimes it's not us being disrespectful, it's just us standing up for ourselves and saying, this is what I prefer, this is how I would like to be treated, okay? Because if not, parents would ride you. See, they will tell you what to do till you're 30 years old. They will, if they can, they will tell you what to do till you're 40. They will tell you what to do till the stage that they think, oh, you should be doing something for yourself and you should get married. If you're a lady, it's like, oh, don't have a boyfriend when you're in my house. But then they just want to wake up one day and you've gotten married to somebody. So you need to know when to stand up for yourself and say, excuse me, like, what's the worst that's going to happen? I hope your parents are not physically abusive, because then that makes these things very tricky. But if they are not, what's the worst that can happen? Let me tell you, there's going to be a lot of emotional blackmail. There's going to be a lot of in the house. You just need to be able to receive it, because if you keep sitting in your comfort zone and just keep doing what they tell you to do, you're never going to get the freedom. It's not rocket science. I've had friends, like, cause my age range is the age where you're trying to be your own person, you're trying to be your own individual, and you're trying to do things for yourself. So it's like, these are points that a lot of us have in common. You need to make your coins. You need to be able to stand up for yourself. You need to be able to tell your parents, I don't like this, I like that, I don't like it when you do this, I prefer when you do that. And I'm not saying go and shout on their head. I'm not saying you should be rude. You should study your parents and know how they want you to, how they would prefer you to communicate with them, and do, and just act like that. So basically, these are the points that have helped me. I really hope they help you with your parents. To be honest, the most important point I will tell you is get your coins. When you get your coins, the respect comes, everything comes, and also how you carry yourself around them. See, carry yourself with your parents as if it's a partner you're trying to flirt with or you're trying to toast. Like that's the best way I can explain. It's like, spend on them, impress them with the things that you're doing. Any small win that you have, let them know that I did this thing myself. They might not act like, oh, they are seeing you or they are feeling you or they get that you can be there for yourself, but trust me, they see these things. So yes, with my few points, I hope this helps you with your parents. I hope deeply that you take something out of it. And if there's something I missed or something you'd like to add, leave a comment below. If you have any question for me as well, leave a comment below. I will see you in my next video. It was fun having you around. Bye. Keep being the bad girl that you are. Never forget, okay?